Okay, so we're going to install this bracket that you've received in the mail to the tension assembly to prevent it from potentially breaking down the road. It might be already broken, so this is going to help ensure that your bike stays in working order. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to remove this knob that you see here. So take your Phillips screwdriver and just undo this little screw like you see here. Take that out and the knob will lift up just like you see there. Next step will be to remove the bike computer. So grab it from top and bottom and just pull it out. There's a little connector here and it's got a movable piece here. So just put some pressure on the back side of that to lift it up and it'll come apart really easily like so. And you can just let that kind of hang out while we do the rest of the fix. Next step is going to be to remove the hardware that you see here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 screws on this side, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 screws on the other side. So 8 in total. This is a step that if you have your Phillips screwdriver, that's great. That'll be that'll work. If you have a drill with a Phillips screw head though, that'll work much quicker to remove that. So I'm going to use the drill just to kind of speed this up. Okay, once you've removed all of your screws, go ahead and grab the, we call this the spine piece. Grab the spine piece and just kind of jiggle it until you get a nice little gap there, and then grab that and just lift it up. And you'll get to see the drivetrain and all the internal stuff from the bike. All right, next step. I'm going to use the Phillips screwdriver because it's kind of a tight space, but we're going to go ahead and remove the screws holding this damaged tension mechanism housing. So you can see ours is pretty broken that we've got here. The whole side is broken off here. So not a problem. We're going to put that bracket on and it'll make it put it back to working order. Right now we can't adjust the tension because it's broken, so once we put the bracket on, it'll work just as good as new. Okay, so we remove those 2 screws. And all the hardware that we're removing, please keep it close by. Try to keep it organized if you can. It'll just make your life easier when you're removing this stuff. Or when you're putting it back together, sorry. So for the next part, if you see this little small pin that's in there, we need to remove that part. So I have a really small kind of Phillips shaped screwdriver. So you're gonna need to find something that can remove that little pin. And it just takes a couple of turns and then it should just slide out. It's a small little pin. Now this piece you can discard once everything is done. You won't be needing this anymore because we're going to supply you with a new pin. So just go ahead and drop that, or just kind of rest that there, keep it close by. Okay, so we're going to install our bracket that we've sent you there. So the housing kind of mounts on there, so we're going to take our bracket and just kind of fit it over top like you see here. Okay, and we're going to install it. Taking my Phillips screwdriver. I'm just going to do a few turns just to locate it, and then I'm going to take my other screw. And then I'm going to fully tighten this side, and then I'll go back to the other side and fully tighten. Perfect. Okay, so next step, we're going to start the process now of reassembling everything we've taken apart. So for the next step, we're going to take our spine piece and we're going to grab that cable that our bike computer connects to. So you want to try and make sure that yours is stays close by. And you're just going to kind of feed it through the opening there. That's just going to make your life easier when you go to put it back on. So all of these tabs that you see here, they fit into corresponding holes there. So you got to line it up on both sides. It takes a little bit of wiggling, but once you have it lined up, then it's good to go. Okay, so we won't install the screws just yet. We're gonna do the hardware pin. So what you're gonna need for this step is you're gonna need some pliers, you're gonna need the Allen key that we sent you, and you're gonna need your screw, your 2 washers, and your lock nut. So what I'm gonna do here is put a washer on my screw here. Like you see, I'm just gonna put the other hardware on the ground here, as well as the Allen key. So this part's gonna be a little bit tricky because it's difficult to see. But what you're looking for here is if you see this recess here on this part, that is what the screw, so the screw is gonna go through this hole, but it needs to go through that channel that you see here. Okay, so that's gonna act as your pin. So what you wanna do, I'm gonna do it from the other side, is you're gonna lower it, and you might need to turn it and twist it to do it. But I'm gonna look through the hole on the other side, and I'm just gonna try and line it up, and then I'm gonna take my screw, I'm gonna fish it through, and it's in that channel nice and strong. And we'll do a test to make sure that it's going up and down, that your resistance is changing. But before we do that, I'm gonna put the washer on the other side. I'm gonna put the nut on this side. And these are small pieces of hardware, so kind of finicky things, but needs to be that small in order to fit. Okay, I'm just gonna take my Allen key and my pliers. A wrench will work fine in this if you have one that's small enough. And you're just gonna tighten. And I don't like to over tighten, but I basically like to tighten it just enough so that if you're looking at the nut side, you can kind of see the top of the screw there. It's very close to that, but. Okay, so we're gonna test this. We wanna test it to make sure that it's working before we put our computer back, before we install all the hardware. So I'm gonna take our knob that you removed, and you can kind of see it's got this like oval shape, and you can see that the metal part here has a corresponding shape. So just make sure that that fits nice. You'll see that it doesn't fit, just keep turning and it'll drop into place there. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna want to start pedaling on the easy setting or wherever it's at, and then just start turning your knob. In this case, I'm turning it in the direction of more resistance, and you wanna feel that resistance increasing if you're turning in that direction, or if you're going in the other way, you wanna feel that resistance lessening, like getting lighter on as you spin. And if it's doing that, that means we've got that pin installed in the correct spot, and everything's okay. If it's not doing that, then we're gonna have to go back, remove this hardware, and make sure you got that pin fitting through that channel properly. But let's assume you got it right on the first try, then this is all good to go. We can go ahead and install our bike computer again. So again, making sure that this moving part here kind of clips over that connector. It only fits one way too, like you can't make it fit the other way anyway, so don't force it. It should go in really nicely. Just kind of tuck that in place. Make sure the button's at the bottom, the red button. We'll install our little adjustment knob here with our Phillips screwdriver. And we're gonna replace all of our hardware as well. Again, if you got a drill, it's gonna make your life much easier for this part. Which I'm gonna do.